Okay, this is the only time I wish I had a boyfriend, when I cannot open these guys. I've literally been running it under hot water for like minutes and trying to pry it open. This don't know what is going on. I'm gonna pray to the spirits of sauerkraut. Ugh. Whoa, shit. Open sesame! Damn it. I got it. Oh, what a glorious moment. What is going on? Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here with me, welcome. I'm so honored to be sharing this video with you, especially the one we've got going today, because it is a what I eat in a day. I love food. I love food. I've been on quite a long and crazy journey with food, and I'm very happy that I have come to a place where I am finding some balance in my routine and finding what really works with my body and my mind and my soul and all of that. So I am going to be sharing with you what I eat today. We're gonna do some breakfast, lunch, dinner. And on top of that, I wanna share a little bit about my intermittent fasting experience, because it's been going absolutely incredibly. I'm just so happy that I chose to kind of add it to my routine. So I'm on about day 6 of intermittent fasting right now, and I'm doing a 16-8 split, which is fasting for 16 hours and then eating for 8 hours. So it's been working great for me. I've been eating pretty much every day from noon until 8 o'clock at night. There's just like a load of incredible things that have happened for me since implementing that. As you can probably see from the title, it is mostly unprocessed vegan. There's a dragonfly. Dragonflies are always flying around my door, and I love them so much. So if you've never seen any of my stuff, I'll give you the really brief rundown of my story without getting into the nitty-gritty details. I've been pretty much vegan for the last 3 years or so. Not soon after I went vegan, I cut out a lot of processed foods because I had a personal trainer that suggested I do that just for health reasons. Now, I did that, and a couple weeks after cutting out processed foods, I literally had this spiritual awakening. My whole life shifted, everything changed. It was a very aha, hallelujah type of moment, and I realized that all of that processed stuff is literally just poison in our bodies and so detrimental to our well-being and the way we see the world, the way we take in the world, and just everything, just life in general. So since then, I have absolutely not been a strictly unprocessed vegan since then, but mostly, and I try to do it as much as I can, and definitely when I'm eating at home is when I am pretty much just unprocessed. When I go grocery shopping, I pretty much just buy produce and quinoa. I go to the bulk section, I get nuts and nutritional yeast and just a bunch of stuff that is really good for the body and just easy to make. Honestly, I will say I'm not a freaking chef at all. Like, probably really not, just not good at it. What I make is really easy and quick. So it's just easy. It's totally easy. So yeah, that is my little intro, just touching on my food journey as well as intermittent fasting. I have 3 meals planned today, and also I would like to go to the grocery store and get some groceries because I'm pretty much out of stuff. We're gonna get some fun veggies to make today. So it is almost 12 o'clock. It really is, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to eat. Okay, so I am going to start making my first meal of the day now, because last night I actually went out for Thai food with my mom, and my last meal was probably around 5:30. So it's already been over the 16-hour window of fasting. So it's totally a-okay to start eating. So first meal is going to be a smoothie bowl. I love my smoothie bowls. I have a lot of good stuff that I put in there. What I'm gonna do is get all of that stuff ready, then I will show you what I'm gonna put in there, and then we'll make our smoothie bowl, and then we'll eat our smoothie bowl, and it's gonna be amazing. So I will see you real soon. All right, first of all, we have our little girlfriend here, Princess Piglet. She's just the best, and she loves watching everything that we eat. Ready to make this smoothie bowl, which I'm really pumped about. I have some blueberries and strawberries. These are just frozen. It looks like there's none in here, and that's because there's really not much. I am at the tail end of my groceries, like I mentioned, so this is kind of the last of what I had, unfortunately. Here I have some oatmeal. I just buy my oatmeal in bulk at the grocery store, and I really love putting it on my smoothie. I don't mix it in, which you could totally do to give it like more texture, but I like to just put it on top of the smoothie, and it gives it like a nice crunch, and I'm just obsessed. Then these are 2 little dates. I buy dates at my local grocery store usually. Here we have some chia seeds and some moringa powder. I really enjoy just mixing these in. I know that chia seeds, if you do go ahead and use them, it's not the best to just sprinkle them on top, because then they really can wreak havoc on your digestive system and you don't get the benefit. So you kind of have to grind them up in order for those like protective shells to open and the nutrients to come out, and for them to be easily digestible. The moringa powder I actually bought at my local farmer's market. There were these like local, I guess, moringa tree growers that were selling it, so I ended up getting it thinking it would be a nice little addition to the smoothie. And here we have some walnuts, which are so delicious and beautiful, and then I also have some almond butter there, which almond butter is absolutely amazing. Usually, to be honest with you, I just use water, but I did have some almond milk in my fridge, so I decided to just go ahead and use that. It does taste really good to me. So yeah, there is that. So here's all of our ingredients. I'm gonna mix up everything except the oatmeal, dates, and the nuts and the peanut butter. All right, we're all blended up. Now, this is way more soupy than I usually have it, to be quite honest with you. I like mine a little more thick, but oh well, we're just gonna have to make do. The oatmeal will help as well with that. We have that. I'm gonna go ahead and let's place these little dates right over there. Sprinkle this oatmeal without making a mess, hopefully. And then we've got our nuts here too. There we have it, our little smoothie bowl. And now it is time to break the fast. I think I'm going to go sit outside and eat my smoothie bowl, because it's really nice to like sit outside and feel the breeze. And actually, where I live in California, Northern California, it's been cooling down a little bit, so it feels really nice and it's not so hot anymore. Lately, I've been trying to do something, trying to practice more like mindful eating. So making sure I turn off all distractions, like no phone, no books, no TV, nothing like that while I'm eating. So I just focus on the relationship with my food, and actually intermittent fasting has made this a lot easier, because by the time you're ready to eat, you're like actually really hungry for it. It makes the experience of eating just like heightened, like 10 times better. So it makes it a lot easier to hone in on what you're eating, and especially like the gratitude for the food and just knowing what it's going to do for your body and your health and all of that. For so many years, and I know so many people struggle with this as well, I was eating constantly with a sense of guilt. I feel that no matter like what we're eating, a big part of how we're digesting it and how our bodies are reacting to it is how we're feeling and what we're thinking while we're eating. So like the emotions that are going on while we're taking it in. I think that's so powerful. And yeah, for the longest time, it was just like negative emotions while eating. I had a really bad relationship with it, and now I've kind of, for the most part, come full circle, and I try to eat with love and gratitude. And you know, honestly, even if you're eating like a big old pizza or having Chipotle twice in one day, you know, it's just still good to be so grateful and have so much gratitude that you have the ability to go get that food and eat that food, and your body's gonna digest it. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, and I think something that I used to take for granted, as I will catch myself still doing that, but I try to always remind myself it's just important to eat with a sense of love and gratitude, and that way our bodies will take it in as so, and it just literally like makes a world of difference. So that's my little 2 cents on some mindful eating and how it's really helped me, you know, just cultivate a healthier relationship with food, which is so important, and especially in having a healthy relationship with our bodies, because that can be really tricky, especially when we're so used to beating ourselves up and all of that. So yeah, I am so hungry. I'm so excited to eat this. So I'm gonna go do some mindful eating, and I will see you when I'm done. Bye. Back from the grocery store. I just picked up a few things. Honestly, like crazy enough, I'm so not as hungry as I typically would be at this time of day, and I swear to you, it is the intermittent fasting. So that's another thing that it has done for me, is really like suppress my appetite to a point where I can eat a little bit more intuitively, instead of just thinking like, oh, I'm hungry, and constantly thinking about food. So, although I know we all think about food a lot, right? It can't be just me. First, I got some mushrooms and green beans. I got some nutritional yeast. It's so delicious on stir fry. It's kind of like a cheesy flavor. If you are someone who is looking for a cheese alternative, nutritional yeast is so where it's at. I got 3 of these little peppers. I love putting peppers on my dishes. I got a handful of avocados. These are life. I got a couple lemons. These I will probably use in my crystal water that I make coming up. It is almost time to make a new one. I got a head of purple cauliflower, which I love. I love me some purple cauliflower. Some tempeh. It is a soy product. So, you know, there's some debates out there about soy. My philosophy on everything is whatever works for you is perfect, and it's just about experimenting with your own body. There was a point in time where I was eating tofu and tempeh every day, lunch and dinner, and I was so bloated. I didn't feel great in my like tummy. So I just know that too much soy is not good for me, but a little bit here and there is totally fine. I got this bread, which I've been loving this for my avocado toast. The last time I got the rye kind, and I saw pumpernickel today, and I thought it looked delicious. Then I got some coconut aminos, which are literally the freaking bomb.com. Next up, I got some sauerkraut, which is something I have been putting on almost all of my meals lately. Sauerkraut is a fermented food, so it has a lot of probiotics in there that are really good for our gut health. I'm also drinking my crystal water. Delish. I have rose quartz in here. It was from the last video I did the last video I did on how to make crystal water, which if you haven't checked it out and you're interested, go check that one out. I really had fun doing it, and I love making my crystal waters. It is 3 o'clock. I have a 5 o'clock yoga class to go to. I'm gonna do a Bikram class tonight. So I'm gonna eat a little something for sure before I go. I think what I might do right now is just do some avocado toast with some peppers maybe. Think about this for a second, and then we'll get to cooking. All right, so I decided I'm just going to do a bit of a stir fry with some green beans and mushrooms. I'm just gonna chop these guys up and throw them in a pan with some coconut aminos.
There's no denying what we want. Playing games now. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games now. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
Now I got that all good to go. By the way, you may have seen this in my little like home goods vlog video, but this cutting board is the freaking best. The inventors must be gajillionaires, because it's called chop to pot, and you just squeeze it. It goes from flat to like a curved shape like that, and you're able to just chop it and then pot it. Isn't that wild? So I'm just gonna sprinkle those guys on here. And then we're gonna mix her up a little bit and just wait for these guys to be done.
Playing games now. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
do a slice of avocado toast. So I'm just going to take a piece of this bread and put it on the plate. Here's kind of what these slices look like. And I just go ahead and take one of them. Now I'm going to cut up probably half of this avocado and just put it on the piece of bread, and then we'll have ourselves some avocado toast. Alright, I feel like these guys are getting there. I also would like to go ahead and just do a little pinch of nutritional yeast on this. You'll probably notice I usually don't add salt to my meals. I used to be like a salt freak. Ever since I've been eating kind of like super clean, easier it's gotten to eliminate it from my diet. So yeah, this will just taste really good on its own with some nutritional yeast. Also, I do want to go ahead and put a little scoop of this guy on my plate. That actually looks really cool, huh? Now we're ready to add our veggies to the mix. Here we have it. We're all done making lunch. I'm excited to eat. 3:30 right now. It'll be good timing. I'll eat, I'll digest, I'll get myself ready, relax a little bit, and then head to yoga. So let's get to eating some lunch.
Nobody else. Nobody else, nobody else, nobody else,
absolutely wonderful. I have like an hour and a half before yoga, and I'm gonna take my makeup off, make sure I hydrate, drink lots of water. So I will see you when I get back, and we will make some dinner together. See you after yoga. Hello. Okay, I don't have a ton of time to do this. I was not planning on saying any of this, and I don't even know like where I'll throw it in, if I'll do it in the middle or in the beginning as like a disclaimer, I don't know. But I was taking my pictures in my mirror for a thumbnail picture. It's maybe like an Instagram photo too. And I was just thinking a lot about it, and you know, I was trying to like do all the angles and obviously like pose in a way that makes my body look flattering and the way I like it. And of course, like I want to show off my body. I've worked really hard for my body. I've worked really hard to get to a place of loving my body on most days. We all have our days. It's not always the easiest, but I just want to say, like, I, of all people, like know what it's like to be really disheartened seeing other people have a certain body or think they look like they have it all together, and like it's just so easy and effortless. And I just want to say, like, I know that struggle. I have been really unhealthily skinny in my life, but also most of my life I was really overweight and carried around a lot of extra weight, and I still, in my opinion, do, which is totally fine, and I'm working on just loving that. Anyway, I just want to say I am not here to put on a show of like, this is what the ideal body is and this is how you eat to get that ideal body. That's just not the case at all. I'm just showing my journey and where my body is at right now and my whole journey with food. So I think this was for people who might like get disheartened and think like, oh, she doesn't, it's easy to see someone and be like, they don't know the struggle of not having a good body, not feeling comfortable in your own skin. And I just want to say, like, if you are that person, I see you and feel you more than you know. It has been my biggest struggle my entire life is weight and food addiction and anorexia and a ton of stuff. So I just want to say, like, don't think that I don't know the struggle. And yeah, if you're someone out there who is struggling with that kind of thing, or just looking at pictures of girls on Instagram and thinking, oh, they look like so good, or they don't understand what I'm going through, I'll never have that kind of body, just know that that's like not the case. I 100% relate to that, and I'm just at a place where I'm working on loving my body at every stage, loving food, nourishing myself with good foods, and hoping to share that message with you and anyone who may need to hear it, that your body is beautiful right where it is. And if you do want to get to a certain place with your body, that's totally fine too. You don't have to stay where you're not comfortable. I was never comfortable bigger. I just wasn't, and it was always something that I felt was extra weight that was unhealthy and was not destined to be on my body. I'm getting to a place where I learned that as I shed unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy thought patterns, unhealthy habits, the extra weight will shed too. And that will happen for you as well. So that's my little spiel. My camera's dying. Hopefully that made sense. I just didn't want to make it seem like I was trying to, you know, discredit that whole thing. So yeah, that's it. My camera's literally dead. Gotta run to yoga. Hello, what is up? We're back from yoga. It was such a good class. Bikram is like my new best friend. I swear I feel like a superstar after every class. It's so stinking good. It's already 7:08, so it's getting kind of late. I have less than an hour to eat my dinner, so for the sake of time, I just threw all of the veggies that I'm having tonight in a pan. We're gonna throw some coconut aminos on there, and then I'm gonna cut up some veggies and we're gonna eat our dinner. So I'm gonna show you what I put in the pan, and then we'll put on the coconut aminos. So as you can see, I did kind of my typical green beans and mushrooms in here. I also cut up purple cauliflower, and then also some tempeh. And as I'm going to show you, I use about half a block. I believe a serving size is 1/3 of the plastic wrap, but I usually just use about half because YOLO. Now we're just putting on these lovely coconut aminos. We're gonna mix her up. All right, so while that's cooking, I actually had these peppers in my fridge. I bought these at Target in a pinch, but they do the trick in an emergency situation. So I also had these tomatoes in my fridge. They were about to go bad. I actually bought them for a pasta sauce and I haven't made it yet, so I just don't want them to go bad. Here I have some mild salsa. I think this is from Target as well, but I'm pretty sure they sell it everywhere. I really like this brand if I don't make my own. So I think I'm gonna add a little bit of salsa. I like to have that on top of the stir fry. It's really delish. And then as I did with my lunch, I'm just gonna add a bit of sauerkraut. I just decided I think I'm gonna add the other half of that avocado as well because, I don't know, that just sounds like a great idea. The finished result. What do you think, little babe? What do you think about it? Dinner's ready and it's time to eat. It is perfect timing right now. It's 7:29 or 7:30, just turned 7:30. So within the half hour, I'll finish eating and then I'll start my 16-hour fast and eating all over again tomorrow at 12. So I hope you enjoyed this what I eat in a day video, and hopefully I gave enough info about my experience with intermittent fasting. Maybe that's like a whole separate video to do because I feel like there's a lot of info, but my overall experience this time around is like just phenomenal. I really recommend trying it if you so choose. So yeah, I think that is everything. And then lastly, if you liked this video, please like, comment, and or subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me. I will end this video here and say cheers to you wherever you are on this life journey. We're in it together, and I love you, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bottoms up. Spicy. I do love it though. It's real good.